my return or born when my father is not present. It's a name deeply rooted in Yoruba culture, often given to children whose fathers are absent at the time of their birth. In Yoruba tradition, names are more than mere labels. They are reflections of the circumstances surrounding a child's birth and are believed to hold significant meaning, which gradually shapes a person's character and destiny. Abidemi carries connotations of strength, resilience, and patience, qualities that have come to define who I am, and over the years, I've come to see how these attributes have manifested in my life. That's it. That is it. Abidemi. That is the first thing I want to say. Next, the command of English in this book is marvelous. I don't believe it is not what you train you to have. You train yourself to read more. At least he cited 10 different authors spanning who is this president of South Africa? Mandela. And Washington, and so many people, 10 different authors. You read the quotation on top of this book, of the chapter. He wrote these 10 chapters. And there's a quotation of somebody, and I have never read those books. So the command of English is very, very wonderful. Abide Mitalabi has translated that to the staff he has. They speak good English. You can see the staff that have talked without this afternoon, their English, what do you say? Fluent. They don't need books. They don't look at the book before they say something. Just in their brain. Because he has the kind of people that he wants. He will try to review the book when you're letting review. Now, there are 3 setbacks. We suffered from 3 setbacks. Admission, failed a course, my course, and then NYSC delay. Plus, of course, the delay that he talked about, the people that gave him the job presently, or the postdoc he wanted to do, and so on and so on. I didn't comment about that, but the admission, he still wanted to be a doctor after he has completed his BSc plant science. He went to the Baba, and the Baba said, no, you can't go that way. The first time that man, this is his father, ever rejected whatever Abidemi has to propose. Is that not right? It's in this book. It's in this book. Okay. Then he failed my course. I didn't know he was sick. I never heard that he was sick. But do you want me to give you a pass when you fail? Do you want me to give you a pass when you fail? No, sir. And so why did you write the vice chancellor? And then he reported us to the vice chancellor. The vice chancellor sent us a letter in the department. And then we discovered a loop in that his letter. He should have written it through the head of the department, to the dean, then to the vice chancellor. He just wrote it straight to the vice chancellor. And the vice chancellor sent it to us. So we said, Mr. Vice Chancellor, there is a loop. Let him fill that loop. And that's all we do about that. To my greatest surprise, he then appeared in my next class. Oh, this is Sister Lagina. What does he want? He appeared in my next class. This my next class was much more difficult than the first one. Plant Science 512. It's a difficult course because there's a lot of field, there's a lot of the assignment will give you, a lot of things you will do. Because this is genetics and plant breeding. That is my field. But to my greatest surprise, he outshined everybody. This is person that did PSC 501, which is genetics and statistics. That's it, and and I thought that was over. This is gone now, it has finished. But he had this carryover. So he did the carryover, he passed, he left, and I thought that was all. After some time, then I had a knock on my door. Who is that knocking my door? By the time he appeared, I knew him. Hello, is that not your name? He said, yes. What do you want now? How are you? I offered the seat, sit down. He said he wants to work with me. I said, me? Sit me, so you can have an opportunity to report me to the vice chancellor again. Anyway, he said, no. And that's it. That is when we started being friends. That is how we started being friends. He was actually a good student. It is true, he never failed any course before me, before my course. I never failed one after, but he failed my course. So that's the second disappointment, or the second setback we had. And the third one, NYSC delayed. He just couldn't go, he just didn't know why. Every one of his colleagues, they were already competing NYSC, or NYSC was just staying and staying. He didn't know what to do and so on and so forth. But all these things were preparatory or preparing him for the future. That's what I get it's in it. We did it in it. Next, feedback scientific conference. Dr. Atunda is here. Yes. Feedback scientific conference. I sat down one time and was thinking, what are our former students doing? Let them come and give us a feedback as to what they are doing. Because everybody is complaining that we teach them, the people cannot see this in people and so on and so forth. Then I said, let's have a feedback scientific conference. Scientific conference is a deal book. It's indirectly, we didn't call it scientific conference, but the feedback is here. For example, you can read page 106, chapter 3 in this book, 106 and 63 to 70, pages 63 to 70. It properly wrote things about plant science, which is now called crop production and protection. He wrote it properly in this book and described it very much. And from the way it is, we have done here this morning, it shows that he really appreciates what we taught him, and that's very commendable. All right, I'm reading the book. Insatiable desire in him. He was never satisfied. He is never satisfied. I didn't know he wanted to become a billionaire, a dollar billionaire, but he was never satisfied. Jumping from one to another to another. I don't know what is wrong with this man now. I don't understand. He first of all got a job with Wada in IT. I said he's jumping again to rice. I don't know. And then from before long, he came back to maize and so on, but he was never satisfied. Every time he asked me to write letter of recommendation for him, I don't know if I meet anyone. I always write it because what he's applying for, it seems to be better than what he's presently doing. So I will write the recommendation and so on. So this insatiable desire, I guess, it was what finally satisfied him when he got to Dubai. He's been there for 2 or 3 years or more than that. For 5 years now, without ever coming looking for another job. so that's it. Insatiable desire, you read it. Page 108. Life partner. Page 159 to 161. He finally got a critical wife. It's a critical wife. But we are looking at physical beauty. But his life has more than physical beauty. Thank you very much. It must be that Nabi has been able to satisfy her because women are not easily satisfied. They are not easily satisfied. Okay? But it must have been that he's able to satisfy that woman in every aspect. 3 beautiful children, I need to meet them. I need to meet the children. 3 beautiful children they have, and they're there. So you will find that in pages 159 to 161. God led Talabi all the way. Page 161, see also page 163. I'm not saying about it because of time. Building lasting legacy. Page 178. Then, in chapter 8 of that book, I read something that really I was very much afraid. What did I read? Somebody making away with 80 million naira. Somebody supposed to be working for him or something like that, making away with 80 million naira. 80 million? When what I am paid is just very small. 80 million, and you can see all of this. That is the risk in entrepreneurship. But it has said it, just said it a while ago. That's not a reason for him to abandon that. Not a reason for him to abandon the business he wants to do. In chapter 9, Talabi is a dreamer. Chapter 9, you will be surprised at a lot of business ideas he discussed in this chapter. Buy the book and read it. See what you can invest in and move Nigeria forward. That is it. Then, quotations from different sources, 10 sources I told you earlier, show that Talabi is well read. For example, on page 161, that's chapter 6, knowledge is of no value unless you put it into practice. Knowledge is of no value unless you put it into practice. That is a quotation from one of the books. He concludes the book by saying this: choose purpose over pressure, choose growth over gratification, choose focus over frenzy, choose to keep walking even when the road is not clear. That is exactly what Abraham did. He didn't know where God was leading him, but he just went. He just went. And look at it today. We all believe in Abraham, the father of faith, the father of the faithful. He raised Isaac, his child, and Isaac gave birth to these 2 sons, and Esau misbehaved, but Jacob did very well. The Jacob generation is what we are still enjoying today. Now, the book has a major drawback. There's a serious drawback in the book. Why is there no picture? He didn't put any single picture in this book. The pictures you are showing here, this tomato, should have said it with the 360 people you have trained. I am one of the trainers. I assisted in training them. The pictures of this tomato should have been in this book. The pictures of this okra or whatever should have been in the book. That is so, that is a major drawback. Apart from that, it's a good book. Thank you very much. MC.